Okay, so some of the common compensations with the spine CAR, the thoracic-lumbar spine CAR, are related to the hips mostly. It's really difficult for people to disassociate their pelvis from their spine. A lot of that has to do with the fact that many segments in the spine aren't moving how they're supposed to. So let's go ahead and go back through this, Kyle, and we'll go segment by segment. So right there, he just rounded his shoulders at once. He had a lot of scapular movement rather than just moving from the spine. That's okay, we're just taking note of that. And good, good. So here he's rotating. A lot of times you'll see someone rotate their hips here, maybe even laterally tilt early. Very good back here. That's not bad. Hips move forward a lot of times. We're looking for that, looking for the swaying. We want it to just come from the spine. And then lateral flexion, a lot of times we'll see the hips move to the side. Good. So that's pretty good. Even though he wasn't trying his hardest there, that was pretty good. So you want to be aware of the swaying side to side. You want to be aware of the head trying to pull you and the shoulder blades moving too much. What did you feel there?
I felt pretty good. I do have some limitations with my spine. I'm a little rounded in my spine, like kyphotic. And I have had previous injury on my right shoulder. And so that's always been an area that's kind of been locked up more so that I have to work on to kind of open that space up. And the more extension I seem to be able to get, the more fluid my shoulder moves. So that's kind of like one of the benefits for any of my overhead lifting or any of those types of things. If I don't have that, I can't really.
Great, and that's a good point. So if I turn Kyle to the side, and we'll bring his shirt to his back a little so you can see better. When he does his extension, you can see that there's not a lot coming from here, there's a lot coming from here. There's probably a little bit of a hinge point right here, and we'll just take note of that. So if you're filming yourself, we want to make sure we're doing it from multiple angles, of course, and just take note of these deviations. See if you can clean it up on your own, and if you can't clean it up on your own, then we know that there's something we need to do there.
And some of it could be tissue related, and some of it could be like motor control related, right? So like how well I can actually move that body part.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if I'm doing this more regularly, my body would learn to do it easier inherently because that is the expression of that joint.
Yes, neurologically, for sure. You'll be able to do it easier just by practicing. If there's no underlying neurological tension or mechanical tension there, things that we need to work out with our soft tissue intervention or doing our pails and rails. But in general, the spine, in particular, if you have the flexibility, the tissues are of quality, then we just need to program the nervous system to be able to move how we want it to. And so this daily repetition of moving the spine, and we're going to show you other ways of doing the spine as well, is super important and critical for developing that connection back to the spine and being able to move it in a wave-like fashion rather than just a clunky kind of two-piece thing. So go ahead and give that a shot and try to pay attention to where you're moving from and where you're not.